Climate in Croatia. There are two climate regions in Croatia, continental and Mediterranean. Mediterranean climate covers Croatia's coast and islands, from Istria in the north to Dalmatia in the south. In the summer, the average temperature along the coast is between 24 degrees Celsius and 26 degrees Celsius. In winter, it is 2 degrees Celsius in the north and 9 degrees Celsius in the south. Summers are dry and hot, and winters are rainy. Snow is very rare anywhere along the coast. When it comes to Slavonia, it has a moderately warm and rainy continental climate. Although temperatures are not that extreme, summers can get really hot and winters can get quite freezing. The warmest month is July, averaging around 22 degrees Celsius. Summers can get hot and humid. The highest temperature of 40.5 degrees Celsius was recorded in July 1950 in Đakovo. Continental climate covers the Croatian interior, which includes Zagreb and Slavonia. Winters are cold with snow, with the average temperature in January ranging from 0 degrees Celsius to -2 degrees Celsius. Summers are warm with strong heat waves. Winters are cold and snowy at times, and temperatures around 0 degrees Celsius. However, temperatures can go below 0 degrees Celsius as well. In January 1963, in Slavonski Brod, the temperature reached -27.8 degrees Celsius. Slavonia receives more than 2,000 hours of sunshine per year on average. That will be around 166 days or even more. This helps us stay positive and keep smiling. The inland climate, with its cold winters and greater precipitation, resulted in a more compact house, steeper roofs, and greater overhang of heat. In Gorski Kotar, the particularly long winters with a great deal of snow meant that most of the features had to be under the same roof, with the baya on the ground floor and the fodder in the attic. On flat lands, we had a primarily horizontal development of the house, particularly in the Pannonian region, where at the end of its development the house remained on the ground floor only and the steading was relatively regular. A sloping ground fostered the vertical development of the house. Croatia has three types of terrain: plain part or Pannonian, mountain part, and coastal part. Coastal part. In this part of Croatia we include all Croatia's islands, one part of Dalmatia, and coastal part of the Adriatic Sea. The interesting thing about ground is that it is red, because of some insoluble minerals. Mountain part of Croatia occupies the northwestern part of the Dinaric Mountains area. Parts of it are Gorski Kotar, Lika, and Dolgovi. Some mountains are Velebit, Učka, and Čičarija. Pannonian part. This part of Croatia is located between Croatia's three main rivers, the Danube, Sava, and Drava. It is the most fertile part of Croatia. All mountains that are located in the Pannonian part, closer to Slavonia, are Papuk, Psunj, Krndija, and Požeška Gora. These old mountains are the remains of the old Pannonian mainland, from the time when Pannonia was covered with the Pannonian Sea. Later, the sea disappeared and turned into a lake, then into the swamp, and finally to the Pannonian Basin, where we live today. And finally, the land in Vukovar is called Loess. This is a clump of tiny dust that the wind has brought. Due to global warming, in the last 15 years, summers are too hot for our areas, and in winter, snow doesn't last long. It melts a lot quicker because sometimes temperature rises up to 15 degrees Celsius, which is not normal for winters in Slavonia. The consequences of this are different diseases, allergies, and different types of flu. Also, because of the sudden changes in temperature, people suffer from severe headaches and all sorts of aches. We call these people meteoropaths. There has been a constant increase in average annual temperature since 1862. Down below, you can see the average annual air temperature for the main meteorological station Zagreb Beach in the period of 1862 to 2016. Vukovar's geographical position at the Danube River determined the development and importance of the city throughout its history. As it was at Roman Slavs' border, it had to be fortified. Since the Romans had plans to stay there, agriculture in the area was improved and viticulture developed at drained marshes. The vine attracted Avar and Slavic tribes. The area was part of the Kingdom of Croatia in the 11th and 12th century. Later came the Kingdom of Hungary, Turkish domination. Then the Habsburg monarchy. After the Ottoman dominion in 1736, a large part of the Vukovar area was bought by the German Counts of Pfalz, who will have a significant influence on the economic and cultural life in Vukovar in the following 2 centuries and even to our times. The Pannonian cultural zone has been characterized by the growing of grain, flax, and hemp. and breeding larger domestic animals, horses, cattle. The people lived in single-story houses made of wood or mud and wattle in the west, or of compacted clay or unfired bricks in the east, with straw roofs. In the Dinaric cultural zone, Highland Croatia and the Dalmatian hinterland, sheep and goat breeding was dominant. Shepherds spent the summers in the mountains with large flocks of sheep and in winter moved them to the coastal areas using mobile pens and huts. In Highland Croatia, houses were mostly made of wood, often with a stone ground floor section, and the tall, steep roofs were covered in wooden slats. Houses in most parts of Croatia have a sloping roofs because they shed water faster than flat roofs, which is highly beneficial during hard rain and snow. Within Europe, Croatia is considered to be one of the classic karst countries. Almost all formations have developed. The karst region includes the largest reserves of underground drinking water, which require special protection from the dangers of pollution. Since the level of preservation is high, the Croatian karst region is of exceptional natural value in European terms. Before we end our movie, we would just like to tell you some fun facts about Croatia. City of Vinkovci is the oldest continuously inhabited city in Europe. It is over 8,000 years inhabited. Dinara at 1,831 meters is highest Croatian mountain and summit. One-third of Croatia is covered in forest. Croatia has 8 national parks, 2 strict reserves and 11 nature parks. The most famous protected area and the oldest national park in Croatia is the Plitvice Lakes National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Kopački Rit Nature Park in eastern Croatia is Europe's largest and best preserved wetlands and floodplain forests. Croatia's Adriatic Sea mainland coast is 1,777.3 kilometers long, while its 1,246 islands and islets encompass a further 4,058 kilometers of coastline, the most indented coastline in the Mediterranean. The most famous beach in Croatia is in Bol, which is on the island of Brač. Cres and Krk are the largest islands of the country. Vis is the farthest inhabited island from the Croatian mainland. Out of the numerous deep caves in Croatia, at least 3 are deeper than 1,000 meters. The country also has a system of lakes with distinctive colors, including mint green, gray or blue. 47% of Croatia is land and 39% of Croatia is sea, which is designated as specially protected area of conservation. This would be the end of our movie and I hope you enjoyed.